Okay, while I'm doing this, I thought I'd explain what I'm doing here. To get these plywood sheets cut in back here, I'm making patterns. And that's what these are. These are just 1/8 inch plywood. And yeah, they're catwalks is what they are. But what happens here is you need to cut out around these frames. I'm trying to extend these the plywood out just a little farther, and that's not so much for when, yeah, there's another one. And that's not so much for when the boat is built and operational as it is for working on the boat, just to get my deck, my sole out just a little bit farther here, less chance of falling through there. And I'll probably have to, in some cases here, put a couple more cleats underneath to hold the edges of the plywood up. Because when the boat is finished, more than likely there's going to be siding or whatever, ceiling, whatever you call it, on there. Or I may even put steps in, a little step along there. I don't know for sure yet, but the chances are the length that this plywood goes out is not gonna be used, and you can only go so far with it, of course. Then you hit the edge of the frame. But anyway, so I cut up these strips of 1/8 inch plywood. I couldn't find door skin, so everybody talks about using door skin. It's easier. You can cut it with the scissors and whatnot, or utility knife. But I can't find that. I don't know where that is. But anyway, so I've been cutting this up into 3-inch strips, and then we're laying it out to indicate the area of the plywood. And what I'm doing here, wherever there's a straight point-to-point shot, I'm not necessarily cutting and fitting a piece of wood to go in there. Here's an example. From this corner here, the plywood's going to come over to this corner. So rather than cutting all these angles and everything, I'm just marking these points, and I'm lettering them. There's a C there, and there's a C there, so I can go straight across there. Same thing over here. I want this plywood to extend out to this corner right here, to this edge right here, then go over so I can fill in this area here so you're not tripping over this big step. So I need to extend the plywood out there. So I'm doing that. Make a mark A there, and then over there I got another little piece glued on there with an A marked on it. That'll be a straight line between those points. And the same thing will happen back here. Actually, I don't have these marked yet, but there'll be a point here to a point here, and the same thing over there. So that just saves a little bit of, you know, working the material, cutting angles and getting everything just perfect with this stuff, because you really just need the points indicated is all you need. But it's probably by far the easiest way of doing this, and most accurate way of doing it is making patterns. Although I don't know if you can see over there, I screwed up. Where is it? Oh, right here. I cut to the wrong piece of lumber on the boat. See, I cut this out. I cut this out too far. It should be way back here, and I was using the floor timber as opposed to where I should have. So I made a piece to fit in there, and I'm going to put a little backing plate underneath of it and screw that on, and then I'll put some epoxy in there, and it'll be fine. It's just, yeah, a mistake and kind of a pain, but because then you got more work to do. But it'll be fine. And this is all going to be covered with whatever flooring you're putting on anyway, so it won't show. But it's still just the fact that you're making more work out of it for yourself. But yeah, as you can see, this is the last piece of the excuse me, interior sole that I have to make. So yeah, that's good. All right.